Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a requested video which is all about perfumes to wear for date night. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. It's all about perfumes. Every week I have new perfume videos coming up and I love reading all your requests in the comments down below, so do keep sending me your requests for new videos. And if you're not subscribed already, then do subscribe and join our little perfume community here. So let's get into the perfumes. So basically for a date night, I think you're gonna want something kind of sexy, feminine, something with projection. You know, if you're going out for a meal, you want the person you're going on a date with to be able to smell it from the other side of the table. So we're not looking for something that's subtle or something that's I don't know, a bit boring or middle of the road. We're looking for something that just says, I'm here, you know, I'm wearing my sexy date outfit and this is how amazing I smell. So first on my list of recommendations is a Bon Bon from Viktor Rolf. Now I was wearing this the other day and I was in the car and it was like filling the whole car with the smell, and I just thought that it was such a feminine fragrance but like kind of sweet, and it was the middle of the day and I thought this is definitely like something that I would want to wear at night time. It's basically a caramel and peach perfume, so you really do get that sweetness, but the peachiness and there's a little bit of sort of orangey vibes as well really make this feel really feminine and warm. If you like Viktor Rolf's Flower Bomb, then this is basically like an even more feminine version of Flower Bomb. I think Flower Bomb is quite universal, you could wear it any time of day and night, whereas Bon Bon is perhaps better for the evening because it's a little bit sweeter, a bit more sexier, whereas Flower Bomb is all about the heavy patchouli, floral. This is all about the sweet caramel, but it is a quality like fragrance, so it does last. You don't need a huge amount of sprays, and I just find this really warming and comforting, and when people walk by smelling this, I just think it's like such a fierce perfume, so definitely good for date night. Next, continuing along the sweet lines, is Prada Candy, which is a caramel perfume. This is a bit more like a musky vanilla caramel. It really reminds me of Christmas, you know, like caramels that you get in a tin of sweets at Christmas. I find this really warm and deep caramel. It's perhaps not got the flirty fruitiness of Bon Bon, instead it's just complete warmth. But I can imagine if you were on a date and it was really cold weather and you sort of had this all around your scarf and stuff, it's the kind of fragrance that, you know, you just want to cuddle up with someone who's wearing this and it would just feel really warm and feminine and yeah, just like a big feminine hug. And then continuing the caramel theme, I think if you're perhaps a bit younger as well, then Viva La Juicy is such a sweet girly fragrance. It is caramel and vanilla, but it's got a lot of like light-hearted floral notes in here as well. Praline and mixed berries, and this just reminds me of my teenage years, and I guess if you're a teenager going out on a date, then this would be ideal. I can imagine that like boys would really associate this fragrance smell with like girls. It's a very girly smell, and perhaps if you were going on a date like during the day, like I don't know, mini golf or something, then this could be quite good because it's just a bit more like carefree and not serious as some of the others, and it's just a bit younger and funner. But I think this just reminds me, yeah, of high school, and I guess with that comes high school dating and all that. So next recommendation is Dolce Gabbana Femme. This is basically a sweet raspberry perfume. I think raspberry is quite a sexy fragrance note. It's obviously not something that would ever be in a man's perfume. It's much more feminine. But this kind of has that whole sort of Dolce Gabbana sexiness to it, but the raspberry keeps it light-hearted. So again, this could be good for a daytime date. It also has lots of white florals in as well, which sort of give it a classicness to it. So, you know, Dolce & Gabbana perfumes do have a classic, traditional type nature to them, and then that sweet raspberry kind of is like, but I'm also quite fun as well as being like a classic woman. I'm thinking about DNG as well. DNG The One, which is of course a really heavy vanilla, is very, very sensual and sexy. The advertising with Scarlett Johansson was just so like Italian date night. So if you really want to go like full date night, then The One is definitely good. This is very much a sort of lace top and sexy Italian date fragrance. Next recommendation is La Nuit Tresor from Lancome. This is kind of like a fruity, feminine fragrance. It's called La Nuit, so it's obviously meant to be worn at night time and sort of streets of Paris wearing this. It's got patchouli in, which helps it last, but it does have that caramel in as well, but there's some kind of fun lychee. It has a freshness to it that not all of the other ones do, so it's a way of getting a sweetness and a nighttimeness but still getting sort of that zesty lychee. There's pear and strawberry in here as well, so it has some fun notes. It's got a lot of different notes and it's hard to distinguish a particular one, but I'd say if you want something nighttime but still fun, this is good. And of course the bottle's really pretty as well. And then carrying on with Lancome, probably my favorite from Lancome is of course Tresor Midnight Rose. This is a more serious version of La Nuit Tresor in my opinion. This is like a deep rose raspberry, quite sweet, but quite a heavy vanilla musk as well. I know some people that don't like this, they find it too much. You only need a couple of sprays and then it is gonna sit with you all night, and it is like having a raspberry and some vanilla just like sat on your wrists or something. Like you can't get away from it. But I think it's really feminine and pretty and like good value for money as well because of the lasting power. And yeah, I just love it. It's just, I think it's a really sexy fragrance, but really young and universal, like not too serious in the way that something like DNG The One is, but still sexy and like mysterious and interesting at the same time. Next recommendation is Jean Paul Gaultier's Scandal by Night. Of course, again, it's got night in the title. This is like the other Scandals, a honey-based perfume, but it has some interesting ingredients in here which help it last and which help make it a little bit more like nighttime and sexy. It's the kind of fragrance I can imagine them wearing at the Moulin Rouge. Like I can imagine Jean Paul Gaultier creating this so easily. It's very French. Basically, it's got vanilla and tonka bean, patchouli, and then like a cherry, like a syrupy cherryness to it. And that mixed with the honey makes it really warm, really like sexy. And I can just imagine them spraying this as they walk out to perform at the Moulin Rouge. So definitely my favorite from the Scandal range, and definitely the best for lasting out of the three in Scandal as well. But yeah, if you're looking for something a bit more sexy, you like Jean Paul Gaultier, perhaps you like the Le Classique from Jean Paul Gaultier, then this is a great version for date night. And then finally, I have to recommend one of my all-time favorites, Jimmy Choo Eau de Parfum. This is a pear and toffee fragrance with plenty of patchouli in, which helps it last. Definitely perhaps more of a daytime than a nighttime date. But if you do want something that's just fun, sweet, like pear is a very fresh vibe to it, but the toffee makes it a little bit interesting and sexy, but you don't want something that's really sweet or really intense, then this is probably a really good middle ground. Like it has a sexiness to it, but it's not an in-your-face sexiness, and it's got a freshness as well. So you could definitely wear this if you were doing sort of like a, I don't know, a sporting activity or something. It doesn't have to be a sort of serious sit-down meal with candles and roses everywhere and this is a date. Like this would work for anything. I just find this a really universal fragrance and just smells like the epitome of femininity to me. So you guys know I love the Jimmy Choo Eau de Parfum. So that's it, guys. So let me know what you think. What do you wear on your date nights? I hope you found this helpful. Do let me know any requests you have in the comments below, and do subscribe if you haven't already. I'm so excited that we are on our way to hitting 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much. Very exciting for me. But that's it, guys. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.